Okay, sit down and I'll tell you a story that's a mix of action movie, archaeological mystery, and pure faith. Have you ever heard of the Ark of the Covenant? No, it's not just any old chest, like the one your grandmother kept her old photos in. The Ark was the chest, made of gold, fancy wood, and literally filled with divine presence. It was the ultimate symbol of the covenant between God and the people of Israel, but it was also a kind of secret weapon in battle. But like every good sacred relic, the end of the story has that air of mystery that no one has been able to solve to this day. Want to know how it all happened? Let's go. So let's start at the beginning. The Ark of the Covenant was not a random idea that Moses had while wandering through the desert. It was God who ordered it to be made, complete with an instruction manual and everything. The idea was to create a sacred chest that would symbolize his presence among the people of Israel. And look, it wasn't just any chest, you see? Made of acacia wood, the kind that's really resistant, like a tank of wood, and covered in gold inside and out. Oh, and the final touch. 2 golden cherubs on top, looking at each other with their wings outstretched, forming the throne of God. Quite a divine display. Now the most important thing was what was inside. First, the tablets of the law, the ones that Moses brought from Mount Sinai, on his second attempt, because he broke the first one in anger. Then, a pot of manna, which was that heavenly bread that God sent down from the sky to feed the people. And lastly, Aaron's rod, which one day miraculously blossomed to show who God had chosen. Each item had a meaning: covenant, provision, and divine leadership. But don't worry, it wasn't just a case of picking up and leaving carrying the ark as if it were a suitcase. It had golden handles fixed to the sides because no one could touch it directly, or it was certain death. Only the Levites, a specific group of priests, could carry it, and even then with great care. This chest was not just a symbol of God. It was as if he himself were there, which made the ark the most important and powerful object in the entire history of Israel. Now hold on, the story gets more exciting. The Ark of the Covenant wasn't just a religious symbol, it was like the Joker card of the people of Israel. When a battle was going on, the guys didn't go out relying solely on the sword, no. They took the ark with them, because where it went, God went too. For example, remember the famous story of the walls of Jericho? That city had walls so thick that it seemed impossible to knock them down. Well, God told the people to march around the city with the ark in front, accompanied by trumpets and priests. After 7 days of this ritual, boom, the walls simply crumbled. And everyone learned not to underestimate the ark. But it wasn't all glory. There was a time when the people of Israel thought they could use the ark as if it were a good luck charm. They were losing badly in a battle against the Philistines, and then someone had the brilliant idea of bringing the ark to the battlefield, thinking that it would automatically save the day. Spoiler, didn't save it. They lost, and worse, the Philistines captured the ark. Now imagine the chaos. The Philistines, thinking they had made the greatest conquest of their lives, took the ark to the temple of their god Dagon. But then the problems began. First, the statue of Dagon fell and broke. Then, a strange plague struck the people. Tumors, rats, that horror movie curse vibe. It didn't take long for them to realize that this conquest was more like a nightmare. Result? They threw the ark on a cart, added some gold offerings, like a heavenly bribe, and sent it back to Israel. Better not to mess with sacred things, right? And so the ark was retaken, but not without some scares along the way. There were some curious people who decided to open the trunk to take a look, and they died instantly. Yes, the ark was powerful, but only for those who respected the divine rules. It wasn't a joke, it was serious. Literally, touching her could be the last touch of his life. Now we come to the last part of this saga, and look, this is where the mystery takes over. After so many adventures, the ark finally found a permanent home when King Solomon built the famous temple in Jerusalem. The temple was the most sacred place of Israel, and the ark was kept in the Holy of Holies, which was basically the VIP room of the sacred place that not even a cleaner could enter. And there the ark remained, imposing and untouchable, until the plot twist came. Around 586 BC, the Babylonians, led by Nebuchadnezzar, invaded Jerusalem and destroyed everything, including the temple. And that's when the ark disappears from the map. There is no official record of what happened to her, and to this day no one knows what really happened. But, of course, there is no shortage of theories. Some people say that the priests hid the ark before the invasion, perhaps in some secret cave or underground tunnel. Others think that it was taken to Ethiopia and is kept to this day in the Church of St. Mary of Zion, but no one can confirm this because no one is allowed to enter there. There is also the theory that it was destroyed by the Babylonians. But let's face it, who would have the courage to destroy something so sacred, right? And that's where the charm of the story comes in. The Ark became the greatest archaeological mystery of all time, inspiring quests, expeditions, and of course Indiana Jones-like adventure films. After all, who doesn't want to be the person who discovers where the most sacred and dangerous chest in history is? So in the end, the Ark of the Covenant is more than just a lost object. It is a reminder that divine power cannot be controlled or manipulated, and that sacred mysteries are sometimes best kept as mysteries. We may never know where it went, but let's face it, that only makes the story all the more fascinating. So this is today's video. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos and leave a like. See you in the next story.